Hello and welcome to the CSP 83rd Summer Invitational Swim Meet. We are getting ready to begin here. Probably a good thing that we are inside here at the Chuck Fruit Aquatic Center in Edwardsville, as the storms outside are not affecting our swimmers. And our first event today is going to be event number 1, the 12-year-old girls 200-meter IM. And the meet is underway with event number 1, the 12-year-old girls 200-meter individual medley. Heat 1 of 3. In lane 2, we have Macy Renaud. Lane 3, Gigi DiMaggio from CSP. Macy, by the way, swims for fast. Lane 4, Aubrey Yancey of fast. Lane 5, Jordan Hamra of CSP. Lane 6, Avery Warwick from CSP. And in lane 7, Olivia Schell from CSP. And coming in first in that heat, Olivia Schell with a time of 2:58.60. Aubrey Yancey touched second, and Jordan Hamra touched third. And now in the water, heat 2 of the 12-year-old girls 200 meter IM. Lane 1 is Ellison Miller. She is from Southeastern. Lane 2, Natalie Donnelly. Lane 3 is Liv Haynes. Lane 4, Izzy Kula. Lane 5, Abby Patton. Lane 6, Lacey Houston. Lane 7 is Anissa Lamy, and lane 8 is Madeline Onufrock. Touching first, Abby Patton from the Hamilton Southeastern Swim Club. Girls are currently in the breaststroke lap of the IM. Touching first in this race is Ikula from the Peoria Area Water Wizards. Second was Abby Patton, and third was Liv Haynes from CSP. Now in the water, heat 3 of the 12-year-old girls 200 IM. In lane 1, Elise Hamelink from Rockwood. In lane 2, Kennedy Run. In lane 3, Reese Anderson from CSP. In lane 4, Emma Savicevic from CSP. In lane 5, Kara Hoffman from Peoria Area Water Wizards. In lane 6, Addison Pfeiffer from Rockwood. In lane 7, Mia Panich from CSP. And in lane 8, Claire Chumley from CSP. And finishing first, Emma Savicevic from CSP with a time of 2:42.91. Kara Hoffman touched second in that heat, and Mia Panich touched third in that heat. And now we're getting ready to begin the boys. This is event number 2, the 12-year-old boys 200-meter IM. In lane 2 is Gavin Pallett from CSP. In lane 4 is Alex Atkins from Rockwood Swim Club. In lane 5 is Connor Moran from Parkway. And in lane 7 is Arlo Zalowski from CSP. Lane 1 is Cole Warnke from CSP. And touching first in that heat, Connor Moran in lane 5. And touching second, Alex Atkins from Rockwood. Third, Drake Shepherdson from Peoria Area Water Wizards. This was the only heat of the 12-year-old boys 200 IM. Coming up, event number 3, the girls 13-14 200 meter IM. Heat 1. Heat 1 is in the water. In lane 1, Emily Stolborough from CSP. In lane 2, Marianne Zakaria from CSP. Lane 3, Regina Avila from Recplex. Lane 4, Lauren Callahan from Rockwood. Lane 5, Claire Dubois from CSP. Lane 6, Caitlin Craig from CSP. And in lane 7, Audrey Qureshi from CSP. Touching first in that heat, Claire Dubois from CSP. Touching second, Caitlin Craig. And touching third, according to the scoreboard, is Regina Avila from Recplex. And behind the blocks right now is heat number 2. Again, we're on the girls 13-14 200 meter IM. And heat 2 is in the water in lane 1, Sarah Luck from Rockwood. In lane 3, Audrey Wagner from Parkway. In lane 4, Nora Cook from CSP. In lane 5, Brianna Wilkinson from Rockwood Swim Club. In lane 6, Catherine Campbell from Rockwood Swim Club. In lane 7, Even Lashley from Rockwood. And in lane 8, Naomi Krall from CSP. And touching first in heat 2, Evan Lashley of Rockwood Swim Club out of lane 7. Second place, Brianna Wilkinson, and third is Nora Cook. That was heat 2. And again, we're on the girl event number 3, the girls 13, 14, 200 IM. Heat 3 is behind the blocks. Heat 3 is in the water. Lane 1, Anna Abeg from Parkway Swim Club. Lane 2, Sarah Wallace from CSP. Her teammate Emma Welsh is in lane 3. In lane 4, Riley Parisi from Rockwood. In lane 5, 6, and 7 are all CSP swimmers. In lane 5 is Lily Taw. Lane 6, Ella Welsh. And in lane 7, Sylvia Haynes. In lane 8, Lily McGinn from Rockwood Swim Club. touching first in heat 3, Lily Ta, followed by Riley Parisi and Ella Welsh, sorry. Heat 4 is behind the blocks, getting on the blocks. This is the girls 13-14 200 meter IM. In lane 1, Molly Holtgren from Southeastern Swim Club. In lane 2, Anaya Laney from Southeastern Swim Club. In lane 4, Kaylee Switzer from Southeastern Swim Club. In lane 7, we've got Kylie Mousty from Peoria Area Water Wizards. And in lane 8, we have Katie Bergman. She is from Southeastern Swim Club. Final leg of heat 4 of the girls 13-14 200 IM, and touching first, Kylie Mousty of Peoria Area Water Wizards, followed by Kaylee Switzer, and Anaya Laney. Heat number 5 is behind the blocks. You're watching Heat 5 of the girls 13-14 200 meter IM. In lane 1, Kelsey Graham of Southeastern Swim Club in Indiana. Lane 2, Sammy Sylvester from Parkway Swim Club. Lane 3, Renna McDaniels from Peoria Area Water Wizards. Lane 4 is Grace Capel from CSP. Lane 5, Julie Goss from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 6, Sophia Croy from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 7, Daphne Bishop from Rockwood Swim Club. Lane 8, Isabel Phillips from CSP. as the girls are about midway through their breaststroke leg of this, we'd like to welcome all the teams that have traveled here to join us for this meet. Obviously, we've got the Peoria area Water Wizards here and our friends over at Southeastern Swim Club at Fishers, Indiana. We always appreciate you coming and swimming with us here, as we love going to your meet as well. Are in the final leg of the girls 13-14 200 IM, inner IM, heat 5. Touching first, Grace Capel from CSP. Touching second, Isabel Phillips from CSP, and touching third, Daphne Bishop from Rockwood. Up next, our sixth and final heat of the girls 13-14 200 meter IM. And in the water, lane 1 is Lexi Cook from Rockwood Swim Club. Lane 2, Jacqueline Pugh from CSP. Lane 3, Kate Punawart, her teammate. And lane 4, Hannah Renaud, also from CSP. Her dad working the camera here. Lane 5, Charlotte Brown. Lane 6, Grace Krager. Lane 7, Maddie Williams. And lane 8, Macy DiGiuseppe. And touching first in that heat would be Kate Punawart from CSP, followed closely behind by Lexi Cook and Hannah Renaud from CSP. And event number 4, boys 13-14 200 IM is in the water. Lane 3 is Corbin Cole from CSP. Lane 4, Ryan DeMarco from CSP. And Lane 5, Noah Fowler from Rockwood. And touching first in Heat 1, Corbin Cole from CSP. Touching second in that heat, Ryan DeMarco. And touching third, Noah Fowler. Behind the block, on the blocks right now is Heat 2 of the boys 13-14 200-meter IM. In lane 3, we have Andy Morlock from Recplex. Lane 4, Luke Deutschman from Rockwood. Lane 5, Cormac Ward from Fast. And in lane 6, Riley Lewis from Rockwood. Oh, it's going to be a race here at the end here in Heat 2. But touching first is Luke Deutschman. And second, Cormac Ward. Third, Andy Morlock. And this is Heat 3 out of 6 for the boys 13-14, 200 meter IM. In lane 1, we've got Jake Heberer from Peoria Area Water Wizards. Lane 2 is Ryan Lipsky from Parkway. Lane 3, we've got Jax Bispalco from CSP. Lane 4, Owen Sattler from Rockwood. Lane 6 is Alex Lynn from Rockwood. Lane 7, Colin Houston from Southeastern Swim Club. And in lane 8 is Wen Chu Hee from CSP. And touching first in this heat, Camden Theodos with a time of 2:36.83. Touching second is Dean Papapronis with a time of 2:45.57, and third was Alden Seals with a time of 2:46.79. Heat 5 of 6 is coming up. And in this heat, we have Landon Burke from Peoria Area Water Wizards in lane 1. Lane 2 is Tanner Hulsman from Parkway. Lane 3, Jaden Yarbrough from CSP. Lane 4, Lewis Chen from Rockwood. Lane 5, Brody Black from CSP. Lane 6, Andy Oshingers from Parkway. In lane 7, Wills Dino from CSP. And in lane 8, Joseph DiGiuseppe from CSP. And it's looking like a race in this heat. Last leg. Ooh, and touching first, Lewis Chen from Rockwood. Touching second, Brody Blatt. Lewis's time was 2:33.24. Brody was 2:34.08. And touching third, Joseph DiGiuseppe with a time of 2:34.24. This is the 6th and final heat. Getting ready to get on the blocks here. This is heat 6 of the boys 13-14 200-meter IM. In lane 1 is Max Yu. Lane 2, Ben Chum. Oh, Max is from Rockwood. Lane 2 is Ben Chumley from CSP. Lane 3, Jeffrey G. from Rockwood Swim Club. Lane 4, Colin Schaefer from Parkway Swim Club. Lane 5 is Max Marcus from CSP. Lane 6, Cabot Morowski from CSP. And lane 8, Casey Chu from CSP. Here's the last stretch of this last heat of the boys 13, 14, 200 meter individual medley. And touching first will be Max Marcus from CSP with a time of 2:24.56, followed by Ben Chumley with a time of 2:27.88. And Colin Schaefer from Parkway comes in third with a time of 2:28.12. Of course, these times are not official. These are just what's on the board, letting you know. After this event, we're going to have event number 5, the girls 12-year-olds 50-meter freestyle. I believe there is a break in between for warm-up, cool down, so we will join you as soon as this event gets started. meet. Going on to event number 5, the 12-year-old girls 50-meter freestyle. Heat 1 is on the blocks. In lane 4 is our friend Macy Renaud from Fast. In lane 5, another friend, Avery Warwick from CSP. This is heat 1 of 5.
Go, Macy!
Heat 2 is on the blocks. Lane 1, Sydney Schott from Rockwood. Lane 2, Gigi DiMaggio from CSP. Lane 3, Sophie Blue from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 4, Aditi Roy from Rockwood. Lane 5, Natalie Groenberg from Parkway. Lane 6, Allison Moffett from Rockwood. Lane 7, Avery Jost from Peoria Area Water Wizards. And lane 8 is Maddie Mugg from CSP. And touching first is Aditi Roy from Rockwood with a time of 33.83. And we are moving right along here to heat number 3. In lane 1, we have Jocelyn Graham from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 2 is Sienna Kelly from CSP. Lane 3, Isla Sattler from Rockwood. Lane 4, Jordan Hammer from CSP. Lane 5, Madeline Onufrock from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 6 is Anna Luck from Rockwood. Lane 7, Paige Blom from Rockwood. And lane 8, Lacey Houston from Southeastern Swim Club. These girls are swimming so fast I can't get all their names in. And touching first is going to be Paige Blum from Rockwood with a time of 32.24. And here goes heat 4. This is the 12-year-old girls 50-meter free. Lane 1 is Reagan Winkler from Rockwood. Lane 2, Olivia Schell from CSP. Her teammate Claire Chumley is right next to her in lane 3. Lane 4, Carol Hoffman from Peoria Area Water Wizards. Lane 5 is Abby Patton from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 6, Danny Hume from Parkway. Lane 7 is Carissa Osborne from Metz. And lane 8 is Ellison Miller from Southeastern Swim Club. And touching first in heat 4 is going to be Hoffman with a time of 31.46. That was Kara Hoffman. And your 5th and final heat of the 12-year-old girls 50-meter free. In lane 1, it's going to be Mia Panich from CSP. Sydney Schultz from Rockwood is in lane 2. Lane 3, Kennedy Klun from Unincorporated. Lane 4, Sydney Sheck from Rockwood. Lane 5, Avery Hannon from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 6 is Maitland Michelson from CSP. Izzy Kula's in lane 7 from Peoria. And lane 8 is Anissa Laney from Southeastern. And touching first is going to be Sydney Sheck from Rockwood with a time of 28.22. And now for the boys. We've got 2 heats of the 12-year-old boys 50-meter free. In lane 4, we have Jagger Chan. In lane 5, Paul Warnke. He's from CSP. Jagger's from Southeastern Swim Club. And in lane 6, our friend Arlo Zilkowski from CSP. And touching first, there's going to be Cole Warnke with a time of 32:50. Now heat 2 of 2. And in lane 1, Keegan Brown from CSP. Lane 2 is Camden Bailey from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 3 is Aiden Kroll from Peoria. Lane 4 is Zeke Kolb from Recplex. Lane 5, Alex Atkins from Rockwood. Drake Shepherdson's lane 6 from Peoria. Michael Purcell from Parkways in lane 7. And lane 8 is not here. And touching first is going to be Zeke Kolb from Recplex with a time of 29:39. Second was our friend Keegan Brown, and in lane 3, Alex Atkins was in third place. And now for the girls, event number 7, girls 13-14, 50-meter freestyle. We're going to have 7 heats here. Heat 1 is getting on the blocks. Hold on. Oh, come back, come back. This is heat 1 of 7. In lane 2 is Audrey Qureshi from CSP. Lane 3, Regina Avila from Recplex. Lane 4, Sarah Locke from Rockwood. Her teammate Lauren Callahan is in lane 5, and Miriam Zipara is in lane 6. Emily Stoboro is from CSP is in lane 7. Touching first in that lane was, I missed that. Sorry about that. They're moving fast. This is heat number 2. In lane 1 is Nomi Krall from CSP. Emma Welsh is in lane 2 from CSP. Lane 3, Evan Lashley from Rockwood. Lane 4 is Isabel Phillips from CSP. Lane 5, Anna Abed from Parkway. Lane 6, Daphne Bishop from Rockwood. Lane 7 is Catherine Campbell from Rockwood, and lane 8 is Claire Dubois from CSP. And touching first, Isabel Phillips with a time of 31:68. Second was Emma Welsh with a time of 32:45. And here's heat 3. In lane 1, Lily McGinn from Rockwood. Lane 2, Sylvia Haynes from CSP. Lane 3, Anaya Laney from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 4 is Ava Kula from Peoria. Lane 5, Julie Goss from Southeastern. Her teammate Katie Bergman is in lane 6. Nora Cook from CSP is in lane 7. And Lily Ta from CSP is in lane 8. And touching first is Lily Ta with a time of 31:21. This is heat 4 of 7. Lane 1 is Kelsey Graham from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 2, Sophia Ploy, also from Southeastern. Lane 3, Karis Chen from Metz. Lane 4, Audrey Wagner from Parkway. Sammy Sylvester, her teammate, is in lane 5. Jacqueline Hugh is in lane 6. Caitlin Craig, lane 7. Both of them are from CSP. And lane 8, Kylie Switzer from Southeastern Swim Club is in lane 8. And touching first in this heat Lane 4, which was Wagner with a time of 31:28. That would be Audrey Wagner. Lane 5 is on the blocks. In lane 1, Molly Hookgren from Southeastern. Lane 2, Ellie Edison from Southeastern. Lane 3, Kate Punawart from CSP. Maddie Parrott from Peoria is in lane 4. Ella Welsh, lane 5 from CSP. Kylie Mousty is in lane 6. Riley Parisi, lane 7. And Meg Wellman, lane 8. And touching first will be Kate Punawart from CSP with a time of 30:59. Here is heat 6. Lane 1 is Brennan Pfeiffer from Rockwood. Lane 2, Maddie Williams, CSP. Taylor Cloutman is in lane 3, Rockwood. Lane 4, Charlotte Brown. Lane 5, Isabella Clerico. Lane 6, Brianna Wilkinson. Lane 7, Sarah Wallace from CSP. Lane 8 is Nina Scherer from CSP. And touching first in that heat 6 is going to be Charlotte Brown with a time of 30:24. And this is the 7th and final heat of the 13-14 girls 50-meter free. Lane 1 is Brenna McDaniels. Lane 2, Grace Krager. Lane 3, Sydney Mazzini. Lane 4, Bailey Ammerman. Lane 5, Grace Capel. Lane 6, Avery Canine. Lane 7, Macy D. Giuseppe. And lane 8 is Lexi Cook. And this is a fast race here. And taking that race is going to be Grace Capel with a time of 29:01. Oh, and they're already moving on. Here's the boys 13-14 50-meter freestyle with heat 1. In lane 3 is going to be Noah Fowler. This is heat 1. Noah's from Rockwood. In lane 4 is Finn Miller from Peoria. Lane 5 is Owen Sattler from Rockwood. Heat 2 is on the blocks. In lane 2, we have Andy Morlock from Recplex. Lane 4 is Alex Lynn from Rockwood. Lane 5 is Wenchu He from CSP. Lane 6, Cormac Ward from Fast. Lane 7, Ryan DeMarvel from CSP. And lane 8 is Wills Dino from CSP. And winning that heat is going to be Wills Dino with a time of 29:19. Heat 3. In lane 1 is going to be Colin Houston from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 2, Riley Lewis from Rockwood. Lane 3, Ethan Oladi from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 4 is Andy Oshinger from Parkway. Lane 5, Casey Chu from CSP. Lane 6, Luke Deutschman from Rockwood. 7's Camden Theodos from CSP, and lane 8 is Ryan Huang from Rockwood. And winning that heat is going to be Andy Ashinger from Parkway with a time of 28:85. It's also a best time for him. Good job. Heat 4 of 6 is on the blocks. Lane 1 is going to be Austin Norcio from Metz. Lane 2, Jake Herber from Peoria. Lane 3, Corbin Cole from CSP. Lane 4, Cabot Morawski from CSP. Lane 5, Aiden Stevers from Southeastern. Lane 6, Tristan Stevers. Lane 7, Cruz Lumen from Southeastern. And lane 8 is Joseph DiGiuseppe from CSP. Touching first is going to be Cabot Morawski from CSP. He's celebrating a birthday tomorrow, so if you see him, be sure to wish him a happy birthday. This is heat 5 of 6. Lane 1, we have Alden Seals from Southeastern. His teammate Dean Papakonis is next to him in lane 2. Lane 3 is going to be Brody Black from CSP. Lane 4, Louis Chen from Rockwood. Lane 5, Jax Espalco from CSP. Lane 6, Logan Wallaker from Peoria. Lane 7, Vincent Hager from Parkway. Touching first is going to be Logan Wallaker from Peoria with a time of 28:02. Sixth and final heat of the boys 13-14 50-meter free. Lane 1 is going to be Ben Chumley. Lane 2, Jeffrey G. Lane 3, Jake Slavinsky. Lane 4, Max Hughes. Lane 5, Alex Chen. Lane 6, Ryan Lipsky. Lane 7, Landon Bork. And lane 8, Jaden Yarbrough. It's going to be another close one. And first place is going to be, with a time of 27:05, is Jake Slavinsky. We're going to have a little cool down warm-up break. We'll be back. Coming up next will be event number 9, the 12-year-old girls 100 butterfly. But again, we're going to take a little warm-up cool down break, and we'll be back. Thanks. And we're on heat 1 of event 9, the girls' 12-year-old 100 fly. And welcome back. In lane 2, we have Avery Jost from Peoria. Lane 3, Olivia Schell from CSP. Lane 4, Isla Sattler from Rockwood. Lane 5 is Gigi DiMaggio from CSP. And lane 6, Anna Luck from Rockwood. You're watching event number 9, the girls' 12-year-old girls 100-meter butterfly.
I just got yelled at.
And touching first in lane 3, Olivia Schell with a time of 1:25.32. Coming up next, heat 2 of 3. In lane 1, we have Aditi Roy from Rockwood. Lane 2, Natalie Donnelly from Southeastern Swim Club of Indiana. Lane 3 is Sydney Schultz from Rockwood. Lane 4 is Aubrey Yancey from Fast. Lane 5, Maitland Michelson from CSP. Lane 6, Reagan Winkler from Rockwood. Lane 7, Liv Haynes from CSP. And lane 8, Miss Maddie Mugg from CSP. Touching first is going to be Aubrey Yancey from Fast with a time of 1:20.13. And coming up, the third and final heat of the 12-year-old girls 100-meter butterfly. In lane 1, Lacey Houston from Southeastern Swim Club of Indiana. Lane 2, Addison Pfeiffer from Rockwood. Lane 3 is Avery Hannon from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 4 is Emma Stovicevic from CSP. Lane 5, Lana Bigaman from Rockwood. Lane 6, Reese Anderson from CSP. Lane 7, Abby Patton from Southeastern Swim Club. And lane 8, Elise Hamling from Rockwood. touching first is Emma Savicevic of CSP with a time of 1:14.91. Now we have the only heat of the 12-year-old boys 100-meter butterfly. In lane 1 is Keegan Brown of CSP. Lane 2, Camden Bailey from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 3, Drake Shepherdson of Peoria Area Water Wizards. Lane 4, Zeke Kolb of Recplex. Lane 5 is Aiden Cole of Peoria. Lane 6, Connor Murren from Parkway. And lane 7 is Arlo Zilkowski from CSP. Touching first is going to be Zeke Kolb from Recplex with a time of 1:11.24. That's going to be a cut for him. That's time. Yay. I do believe this one moving on. We are moving on. We are going straight to the girls 13-14 200-meter butterfly. This is heat 1 of 2. In lane 3, Nina Scherer from CSP. Lane 4 is Lily McGinn from Rockwood. Lane 5 is Ella Welch from CSP. After the first lap in first place, touching first is going to be Nina Scherer. It's the first lap of the 200 butterfly. Girls are finished with their first 100, making their way back. Nina Scherer from CSP is still in the lead there. completing the last leg of their 200 fly. This was heat 1 of 2 for the 13, 14-year-old girls. In first place, Nina Scherer is going to take this heat with a time of 3:00:77, followed by Ella Welsh and Lily McGinn. Heat 2 is on the blocks. In lane 3 is Avery Canine from CSP. Next to her in lane 4 is Bailey Ammerman from Peoria, Illinois. Lane 5 is Hannah Renaud from CSP. Dad is doing a fine job on camera for this meet. Lane 7 is Jacqueline Hugh from CSP. And in that first lap, touching first is going to be Hannah Renaud. After the first 100, Hannah Renaud still in the lead here. Leg of this 200 fly. Hannah and Avery, teammates here, coming into the finish. Touching first will be Avery Canine with a time of 2:34:97. And this is heat 1 of the boys 13, 14, 200 meter butterfly, event number 12. In lane 3, we have Casey Chu from CSP. In lane 4, Luke Deutschman from Rockwood. Lane 5 is Alex Lynn, his teammate from Rockwood. And in lane 8 is Wen Chuhee from CSP. leg of this 200 fly. Casey Chu and Alex Lynn here, coming into the, approaching the flags. And touching first will be Alex Lynn from Rockwood with a time of 2:40.68. And this will be heat 2 of the 13, 14-year-old boys 200-meter freestyle, event number 12. And in the water in lane 1 is going to be Joseph DiGiuseppe from CSP. Lane 2 is Vincent Hagar from Parkway. Lane 3, Colin Schaefer, also from Parkway. Lane 4 is Logan Wallaker from Peoria. Lane 5, Jake Slavinsky from Rockwood. Lane 6 is Tanner Hulsman from Parkway. Lane 7, Alex Chen is in lane 7 from Rockwood. And lane 8 is Owen Sattler from Rockwood. Leg, it's going to be close. There are 3 swimmers right in the middle there swimming in tandem. They're very close. And touching first is going to be Logan Walker from Peoria, followed closely by Jake Slavinsky from Recplex. Logan's time, by the way, was 2:25.21. I don't believe so. I can't tell because they're standing behind the blocks. It looks like we are going to have a little cool down and warm up in between these events. Coming up next will be event number 13, the 12-year-old girls 100-meter freestyle. But again, they're getting a little warm up and cool down. ready to start event number 13, the 12-year-old girls 100 freestyle. This is heat 1 of 5. And in lane 3 is Avery Jost from Peoria. Lane 4, Macy Renaud from Fast. Lane 5, Maddie Bug from CSP. Lane 6 is Sydney Schott from Rockwood. And lane 7 is Avery Warwick from CSP. And touching first is Avery Warwick of CSP with a time of 1:21.17. Ooh, that's a big cut for her. Good job. And heat 2 is in the water. The 12-year-old girls 100 free. In lane 1, Allison Moffett from Rockwood. Lane 2 is Jocelyn Graham from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 3, Aditi Roy from Rockwood. Lane 4 is Isla Sattler from Rockwood. Lane 5, Aubrey Yancey from Fast. Lane 6 is Liv Haynes from CSP. Lane 7, Sophie Blue from Southeastern Swim Club of Indiana. And lane 8 is Sienna Kelly from CSP. Touching first will be Isla Sattler with a time of 1:14.62, followed by Aditi Roy with a time of 1:16.48, and in third place Liv Haynes with a time of 1:16.62. Looks like all of them swam their best times. All 3 of them. And heat 3 now is in the water. In lane 1 is Anna Luck from Rockwood. Lane 2 and 3 are from Southeastern Swim Club of Indiana. That's lane 2 is Natalie Donnelly. Lane 3, Ellison Miller. Lane 4 is Sydney Scheck from Rockwood. Lane 5, Anissa Lamy from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 6, Paige Blome from Parkway. Lane 7, Madeline Anyafrock from Southeastern Swim Club. And lane 8 is Jordan Hamra from CSP. And Sydney Scheck is going to take this heat with a time of 1:01.82. Wow, that was a big cut. 4s on the blocks. This is the girls' 12-year-old 100 freestyle. In lane 1 is Danny Hume from Parkway. Lane 2, Maitland Michelson from CSP. Lane 3, Lana Bingaman from Rockwood. Lane 4 is Elise Hamelink from Rockwood. Lane 5 is Mia Panich from CSP. Lane 6, Claire Chumley from CSP. Lane 7, Carissa Osborne from the Mets. Lane 8 is Reagan Winkler from Rockwood. And touching first in this heat is going to be Mia Panich with a time of 109.17. And this is heat 5 and 5, our final heat of this girls 12-year-old 100 free. In lane 1, we've got Izzy Kula from Peoria, Sydney Schultz in lane 2 from Rockwood. Kennedy Kahn is in lane 3. She is unattached. Lane 4, Avery Hannon from Southeastern Swim Club. Lane 5 is Emma Stavicevic from CSP. Lane 6, Carol Hoffman from Peoria. Lane 7, Reese Anderson from CSP. And lane 8, Addison Pfeiffer from Rockwood. And touching first in this heat is going to be Avery Hannon from Southeastern Swim Club with a time of 105.23. Coming up, we've got 2 heats of the 12-year-old boys with 100-meter freestyle. Really sure. Is this 1 heat now?
Look at time.
I know, that's
It looks like they combined the heats, so I will try and figure out who is in what lane. And you can see the board on your screen. All right, in lane 2, we have Camden Bailey. In lane 3, Aiden Kroll. Lane 4, Alex Atkins. Lane 5, Zeke Colby. Lane 6, Cole Warnicki, and lane 7 is Jagger Chan. And I am reading the boards, but I'm pretty sure I'm looking at Keegan Brown in lane 8. So please forgive me if these names are wrong. I'm just kind of looking at the board here and guessing. I think they just moved Keegan from heat 1 to 2, so I think that's the only change. I believe the others are all correct. begin touching first is going to be Zeke Kolb from Recplex with a time of 104.76. All right, and we're moving right on to the next event, which is going to be the event number 15, the girls 13-14 400 freestyle. There are 4 heats in this event, and heat 1 is currently behind the blocks. And the ladies are in the water in lane 3. We've got Nina Scherer from CSP. Lane 4 is Nomi Krall from CSP. Lane 5, Charlotte Brown from CSP. And lane 6, Caitlin Craig from CSP. And touching first in that first heat is going to be Charlotte Brown from CSP with a time of 5:09.94. Second, right behind her is going to be Nina Scherer with a time of 5:24.26. Tomorrow and Sunday.
Oh, tomorrow and Sunday?
All right, here we go with Heat 2. This is the girls 13-14, 400 freestyle, event 15. And the girls are on the blocks. In lane 2, we have Sarah Wallace from CSP. Lane 3, Audrey Wagner from Parkway. Lane 4, Sylvia Haynes from CSP. Lane 5, Emma Welsh from CSP. In lane 6, Nora Cook from CSP. Lane 7, Lily Ta from CSP. And in lane 8, Claire Dubois from CSP. coming in for the final stretch here. And heat 2, a little bit of a race going on here. And touching first is going to be Sylvia Haynes, and followed second very closely by her teammate Lily Ta. Sylvia's time 5:14.35, and Lily was 5:14.64. And then third in that heat, Emma Welsh, with a time of 5:24.80. Up next will be heat 3 of 4. And this is event 15, the girls 13-14, 400 meter freestyle. And in the water right now in lane 1 is going to be Daphne Bishop from Rockwood. In lane 2, Riley Parisi. She is with Rockwood as well. Lane 3, Maddie Parrott from Peoria, and her teammate Ava Kula is in lane 4. Lane 5 is Sydney Matheny from Parkway. Lane 6 is Maddie Williams from CSP. Lane 7 is Sammy Sylvester from Parkway. And in lane 8, Isabel Phillips from CSP. And you're watching Heat 3 of the Event 15, the girls 13-14 400 freestyle. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today, and also really want to thank our sponsors. Their names, you've probably seen them throughout the meet today. Without their support, really, we couldn't have the broadcast, and they really support a lot of our programs, so we want to say thank you to them. Those sponsors include Brenton Vision, Central Bank of St. Louis, Regions Bank, Central Trust Company, MICDS, Rossi and Associates, Gladys Mannion, Orthodontic Consultants, Arch Orthodontics, Maplewood Bicycle, Amazon, B&B Aquatics, Speedo, of course, and Lion's Choice. And we have a race here in Heat 3. Let's see who's going to touch first here, and it is Maddie Williams from CSP with a time of 4:56.61, followed closely by Sydney Matheny from Parkway with a time of 4:57. And that is a great cut for Maddie Williams there, if I'm doing my math correctly. And this is the fourth and final heat of the girls' 400 freestyle for 13-14. And in lane 1 is Grace Krager from CSP. Lane 2 is Kate Punawart from CSP. Lane 3 is Lexi Cook from Rockwood. Lane 4, Bailey Ammerman from Peoria. Lane 5 is Hannah Renaud from CSP. Lane 6 is her teammate, Avery Kaneen. Lane 7 is Kylie Mousty from Peoria. And lane 8 is Grace Kapow from CSP. We'd also like to thank Caldi's Coffee, donating some wonderful coffee this morning for our officials and our coaches. We really appreciate their support. are coming into the final lap of the girls 13, 14, 400 free, and touching first is going to be Lexi, hold on a minute. I believe it is Lexi Cook from Rockwood with a time of 4:41.54, followed by Kate Hunawart from CSP with a 4:50.13, and Hannah Renaud with a 4:50.79. And now we are beginning event number 16. The boys 13, 14, 400 freestyle. In lane 3, we're looking at Brody Blatt from CSP. Lane 4, Ben Chumley from CSP. Lane 5 is Ryan DeMargo from CSP. And lane 6 is Jax Pispalka from CSP. first in that heat, Jax Bispalco from CSP with a time of 4:42.59, followed by Brody Blatt with a time of 4:45.28, and third place Ben Shumley with a time of 4:50.10. And our good friend Ryan DeMargo finishing up there, coming in fourth place. Coming next, we have heat number 2. This is event 16, the boys 13-14, 400 for